What is up guys, in today's video I am going to show you the easiest way to defeat Radahn, then make an absolute monster build out of the weapon you get as a reward. Before we get into it, this was recorded on New Game Plus 4 with these blessing levels. So this right here is the exact setup that I used, the Blood and Spur Rapier at plus 25. If you don't have this, you can use Moog's Spear as well. The Fingerprint Stone Shield plus 25, this is mandatory, definitely need this for the setup. And then the full Bull Goat armor set. Basically what I'm trying to do here is get the poise as high as possible. Now for the talismans I used the Green Turtle Talisman, this one's the most important for stamina recovery. Millicent's Prosthesis, this is just for increased attack power. Erdtree's Favor to boost stats and the equipment load of all the gear we have. And the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman for damage negation. Finally in our Flask of Wondrous Physic I got the Crimson Burst tier and the Green Burst tier for both HP and stamina recovery. If you don't have the Blood and Spur Rapier, I would definitely recommend getting it for the applied Ash of War. In my case I applied Seppuku, giving it a passive effect for both Scarlet Rot and Blood Loss. Now the last little thing before the battle for the spells, make sure you have Scholar's Shield, this is very important, and Golden Vow. Just before the gate, make sure to use all of your buffs now. I would highly recommend using as many as possible because this is a battle. Just before you pass through the gate, make sure your Mimic is available right away. There's going to be one of two options. Radahn is either going to charge you with this attack, where you want to make sure you're guarding with your shield, or when you walk in, he's going to hold back a little bit. If he holds back, go ahead and summon your Mimic at this point, and then immediately pull out your shield to guard and tank the hit. Once you are up, make sure your shield is up the whole time, go up to Radahn and start sneaking in hits until your stamina is about half. From here, just continue guarding and you'll need the remainder of the stamina to tank the combo. For this attack, the second the rocks come up, drop your guard to recover stamina. If he pulls you in, the second he crouches down, continue guarding, go up to him and start attacking. For this unique attack, the second Radahn swipes, have your guard up, once he's in the air, drop the guard to recover, then block again to tank the damage. After this attack, you'll have a window to either heal or regain stamina. Alrighty, now the remainder of this first phase will just be a combination of all of the combos and unique attacks that I showed you. Try to get in as many hits without being too greedy for the rest of the phase. As you see, we got Scarlet Rot on Radahn ticking away his health, and we also have bleed procs every so often that deal quite a lot of damage. Alright, now get ready for phase 2. At this point it'll go one of two ways. I would highly recommend reapplying the Scholar Shield at this point, and he's got one of two attacks, either the one you see on screen here, or the one where he lifts up. This is what that attack looks like. He's going to lift up and it's going to give you some time to either summon a Mimic or heal. Make sure you put your guard up as soon as possible because there's a big attack coming afterwards. Before we get into the remainder of the fight, I just want to show you a couple other of the attacks. This one, for example, the second the swords start glowing, Radahn is going to jump towards you and pick you up. If you get picked up once, it's okay, you're given another chance. However, if he does this a second time in the same fight, it'll automatically kill you. The only time he can do this attack is when you're sneaking shots in or he's close to you, and the way to get around this is to time the roll out of it. For the remainder of the second phase, there is only one more special attack he can do, which I will show you shortly. However, during this attack you can reapply your Scholar Shield, or you can heal, or you can summon a Mimic just like I did. The really good thing about having a Mimic out is sometimes Radahn will attack him instead, and this will give you time to either heal up, reapply the Scholar Shield, or whatever else you need to do. Here are just a few more combos that he can perform. Tank absolutely everything, if anything you'll take a little bit of damage, and just keep an eye on your shield to make sure that the Scholar Shield is still applied. Here is one attack that you can't tank because on the way back it hits you from behind and you can't block it fast enough. So if you can, try to dodge it. Once you get Radahn to low enough health, just like in the base game Radahn fight, he is going to take up into the air and launch like a meteor. The second he's about to drop, you'll see an orange glow in the sky. Time your roll, you'll have to roll twice, once it first lands and the second right after. On this one I got the first roll down, however the second one hit me. This is what it looks like when you perfectly time both rolls, you'll take absolutely no damage. And if they do hit you, for the most part you're dead no matter what. Another really good thing about having a Mimic in the fight is that just like Radahn can grab you, he can grab the Mimic, and this time you can sneak up to him and get a few shots in. There it is, that is exactly how to defeat Radahn in a fairly easy way. No matter what, it's going to be a hard fight, but this gives you the best chances. Once you get the Remembrance, you can then go to Finger Reader Enya and exchange it for the weapon. In exchange for this Remembrance, you will have the option to select from 3 different rewards: the Greatsword of Radahn Lord, Greatsword of Radahn Light, and the Light of Miquella Incantation. For this build, and it's extremely powerful, I chose the Greatsword of Radahn Light version. This is what the special attack looks like when it's fully charged up. This is without any buffs, with no talismans, nothing. And this is what it looks like and how much damage it deals with the complete setup that I created. I tested a bunch of different talismans, a bunch of different buffs, and this was the most damage I was able to get. Here is that exact same setup that I used in the last clip with all the statistics. The Godfrey Icon Talisman for the enhanced charged skill, same with the Shard of Alexander, the Magic Scorpion Charm for raised magic attack, and the Ritual Sword Talisman which raises attack power at max HP. In the Wondrous Physic I had the Magic Crack tier and the Strength Knot tier for both magic and strength. And the final piece to the build is the Golden Vow buff. That is it for the video. Thank you very much for watching, I hope it helped you out. If it did, consider subscribing before you go. Peace.